So, here I am, live again. Uh, like anything in my life, it's an impromptu kind of thing. Um, I'm hoping that people will join. If they don't, that's cool. I will still spread my message that I am doing really well today. I'm doing, oh, things are coming together in my life for sure. I have a great opportunity, and as much as I love uh, the online community, it's always good to have people IRL in real life. And I have found a decent circle of people, like trustworthy people. And it's just a testament to my self development over a long period of time because I used to hang out with, not the healthiest, not congruent people. But as I've been spending time away in lockdown and everything, it's gotten really good. And by the way, hi Semtex, it's good to see you here. Um, yeah, I've been looking for a place to play my music live, get my stuff out there because I think that's the way to go about it, right? You gotta get yourself out there and meet people, make connections in real life. And you don't necessarily, like me, you don't necessarily have to have like radio quality music, but if you get out there and you play your stuff, you have a fun time, I think anything's possible. Um, yeah, I used to have a really kind of toxic view about work and stuff, but now, after I've figured everything out in here, I see it as an opportunity to go out and network with people. So, very happy. Um, yeah, an update on my story. One of my friends that I'm hanging out with now, he's writing like a similar story. It's like a kung fu story, a really epic kind of adventure. And his production level is just intense. Like mine's good, but I'm doing everything myself. He's got a voice actor. He's got like sound effects. He's got the soundtrack that he makes himself with samples. It sounds so cinematic. Sounds like a movie soundtrack. So I'll try to promote that. But yeah, hey Blue, it's good to see you, Blue Unicorn. Um, I'm just going on about all the beautiful things in my life. It's weird how life has those kind of moments where it's ups and downs, and after I guess a long period of not really vibing with my life, then I pushed out of that. Like it's good to push out of that, and then you never know what's on the other side. I think. Um, yeah, my story's coming along really well. Although I was intending on doing a fourth episode in this last week, and that just didn't take place because I was doing a whole bunch of in real life kind of networking. Thank you, Blue. You're awesome, and I love all of you guys. So that means a lot. Um, but yeah, by the time next week comes around, I'll have another episode, which is sweet. And then my music, I did take a break from that. A break for me, like a week is a long time to not make a song. So pumped out another song. Right now, I'm also doing like old songs that I'm remastering with BandLab Mastering. By the way, if you don't know about BandLab Mastering, it's unlimited free masters, and then you can pick the type and style of mastering. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have to. I'm proud of how much more settled you are, bro. And yeah, I totally am. I just, even though my life is, it's not like I'm living any more of a healthier life. It's just up here, I have chosen to look for positivity. I don't know how. I'm so I'm so okay and easily enabling myself to say that sometimes I make mistakes, sometimes I don't know what's happening, and I don't need to know what's happening. At least if I can trust in my adaptability to kind of take me to where I need to go, then all is possible, right? Until, I don't know, until I crash, but whatever. Oh, that's cool. It's good to see you here, Abby. And yeah, I have a great group of people online, and now I'm slowly building people in real life. And oh yeah, what's cool is the this guy, he throws festivals, like mini micro festivals down at the beach, and he has invited me to perform at a couple of them. Hopefully this year in the summer. There's lots of cool DJs and stuff, so it's going to be my first time performing live. So my other friend who is in that same circle is going to teach me how to DJ. I have this like Ableton push controller thing. It's really cool, kind of like DJing device, and I hope people take videos of it, because I don't know. Even if I fail, it doesn't really matter. I want people to see and see that I'm actually out there doing some stuff. So I'm at the end of this this long period of time where I've just stayed inside. I've been a homebody, haven't gone to shows, haven't met people. But it's a real breath of fresh air when I go out there. Like I was hanging out with friends last night, and they love me. You know, obviously, why wouldn't they? But it's like I haven't missed a beat. You know, I think there's when you're, you know, restricted in the amount of social engagements that you get for a decent period of time, that does something to your psyche. At the start, I was hella lonely, but yeah, met you guys, and that was a life changer. That was not only a lifesaver, but a life changer, because now I can look at myself. Back then, I was terrified of getting in front of a camera, and obviously, you can see me now. I'm like totally comfortable. So you can do this too. I mean, of course, some of you guys stream, so. But yeah, as you can see, very excited, very happy. My friend's got like this huge house out in the woods with a farm, and there's like, I don't know if there's goats. I remember there being goats, but there's horses, ponies, chickens, geese, and all forest everywhere, all closely around. And it's just a cool place to be. You know, it's just a really nice, quiet place where you could pump the music and no one complains and stuff. So, and it's good to see you, Mr. Smith. I really, yeah, it's just, I have four of the most cool people in my life that I haven't met in real person, in like, you know, face to face. But you guys are golden. And yeah, you know, just, this is an appreciation stream. Like my friend met a random person and hung out with them for a whole night, and they were just doing these exercises like what is it? It was working through the alphabet, A, B, C, everything, right? And saying with one of the letters what something they were grateful for. Like, if I'm grateful for the advantages I have, I'm grateful for the benevolence that I feel from certain people in my life. I'm CD, everything like that. So I think it's cool. Yeah. It's crazy how things can just come out of nowhere. I think intention, like even if you do mess up, but your intention was like golden, like you're not out there, you're out there to reduce harm, not out there to insult or denigrate or like make people lower than yourself. If we're all out here to lift each other up, that, you know, even if we do end up making some kind of a small mistake, people can let that go. Intention is just bulletproof if you really look at it. And that's what I want to have, right? I stay away from excessive, looking for faults and stuff like that, because I used to be like that. I can't tell you how much I've changed since the hippie show, since Ron Ward's Homegrown Indie Live, since Thomas Christ, since Jade Starr and Leela and everyone. It's just been so amazing, right? It's just a great group of people that I owe so much to. But yeah, so we got 5 people here homeless in America. I was homeless in Canada, so it's just cold, probably really cold in the States too. Even in the summer, it's like you sleep outside and it's not very fun. So I'm hoping that you're doing okay. Yeah, my cat is here. She wants to have more salmon, I think. I got it right here beside me. Instead of having to walk all the way to the kitchen and come back to feed my cat, she just likes. Oh, nah, she's just chilling. Okay. So now, time to think about my direction with my music. Yeah, it is. It is basically Canada is America, but ask certain Canadians and they might disagree. I don't know why. It's almost like Canada. I heard a historical thing where Canada was based on not being America, like their attitudes and everything. It's a bunch of hogwash, really. But anyways, we're so much closer than we could ever even imagine. Just making coffee. What kind of coffee you got there, Mr. Smith? Some like store brand or some decent decent high quality stuff? Can you see my? Yeah, you can see my cat now. That's Petra, because she blended in where I had the camera before. He blended into the background, but there she is. She's a senior cat, very protective of me. I've been super loving the Noir series. I've listened to all of them several times. It's my new favorite thing. Yeah, it's amazing. I I put a lot of energy and effort into it, and sure, it may not bring in the same kind of the same quantity of viewers, but for people who dig it and want to listen to it, I've received the best kind of praise, which is amazing. I got some lovely Guatemalan beans to grunt. Yeah, see? A man of taste. Perfect. Noir is your best work. My 2 pence. Oh, gotcha. So, yeah, I've been wanting to write for a very long time, but with my ADHD, it's just kind of been an afterthought. Like when I go to write a song, when I go to make a song, it's basically I sit there for about 45 minutes, and then I feel like I'm a rocket ship that's just about to take off. I have to do something else. I have to explore something else, and that has made me try to make songs quickly and at a high quality. And it looks pretty good, but when I think about my writing, the amount of effort and time I've soaked into learning how to craft a good story, that's a different thing. And not a lot of people know about that with me, because I just don't talk about it enough. And I think it's difficult being... Oh, sorry, one sec. It's difficult being... I'll finish my thought. It's difficult being a musician and then going over to writing, although I do get some people, but, it's going to blow up. It's going to blow up. Anyways, is that a British East India Company flag on your wall? No, it really isn't. This is a Canadian flag. This is before the leaf flag. See, there's there's leaves there. There's fleur-de-lis. There's English stuff and French stuff and I think that's Irish for the harp on there. That's it's called the Red Ensign, and it's a flag that that came before it was the one that we basically used in World War II. So it's a decent flag, and I've got above it is a demi flag for demisexual, which is like it's like a kind of a variation of asexual. So I don't I don't know if I really fit into the whole LGBT thing, but because I'm hetero, but yeah, you know, it's cool to have up there because I think it's one of my strengths. And my personality is my strength. You know, I try to do good stuff. So, but other than that, um, I set up my living room a lot differently. Like before, the computer was like over straight over there. Now it's like way over there. I've got it right by the window, which I'm gonna have to put like what is it? Like a blinder because the sun comes in there right into my eyes. But the USA flag is literally a colonial East India Company flag. George Washington was a surveyor of PEIC and just sewed some stars on it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I haven't learned much about American history. I think in our schools we focus a lot on what do we focus on? Focus on Canadian history, but some world history as well, like the Middle Ages and stuff like that. And we got some cool history too. I don't think the States knows much about Canada's history, but it's pretty brutal back then. Back in the pioneer frontier days, it's Canada wasn't an easy place to live in. You know, there were, I'd say, less wars and battles, but there still was fights, disputes, and things like that. It's just really interesting, and you can imagine there's so much land, right? That you can get lost so easily. Um, all right, well, I will see you in a bit then, Blue. So, my cat. Um, I've got this. I've got this store close to me. They sell like American energy drinks. So really happy about that. Uh, People are always telling me you can't drink energy drinks; it's really bad for you. And it's like, you really think that's gonna stop me? Like, unless it's like making my life worse, then I don't know. But in the long term, I'm gonna have to really work on my diet. Um, but it's good now. I don't know why. It just gives me a boost of like when I don't know if I deal with depression on like a deep, really deep level, but if it's always constant, having that little boost of coffee or something like that just takes me right out of it, and then I feel almost like back to normal, which could be potentially dangerous, but yeah, whatever. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So, as you can tell, I can talk for forever. Is there anything, any like you just post questions, post things that you'd like me to talk about in the chat, and I will get to them because I like talking about myself, but that has drawbacks. Obviously, people don't want to hear that forever. So, again, good to see everyone here. I think as far as my music goes, I think I've gotten onto a complacent kind of I don't know, structure. I think I do the same things all the time, which I'm not necessarily sure if that's making it stagnant or if I'm building like a repertoire of songs that I can play live. But yeah, I think at all points in my music career, I've always thought like I don't necessarily think where am I going next? What is my next big thing? What is my next big sound? And I just kind of do what I want in the moment. Um, so if there's anything that you can suggest, like any kind of thing, like let's say I'm doing something really well in my music now. Would you like me to expand on those things? Like one thing I am very happy about is my bass lines. But One thing I'd like to change is drums. I'm using brakes, but I'm not using a kick behind it, or not doubling up the brakes or whatever. And I'm kind of, it's all nerdy stuff, nerdy talk. But yeah. Anyhow, um, like I said, this is very good news. This is the good news. I'm a very happy bandit because of my opportunities that I have now to work with people. They said we need more people in the scene, and yeah, I'm gonna be bringing my music to the masses. I think the people, the DJs and producers I was hanging out with the other night said that my stuff was really cool. Some of the people there really liked it. They really connected with it, and yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I think I've had people in my life say that the beard isn't necessarily something that looks good on me, but every woman I basically talk to, they look at me and they're like, "Oh my god, you look so nice with a beard." I'm like, it's a scraggly beard. I barely do much for it, but like that's my audience. That's the one I want to go for. Is for the people who actually like it. So, um, yeah, cat here. Exactly, right? I'm doing it for the ladies. I'll just say that. So, how is everyone doing today? You were making coffee there, Mr. Smith, and Semtex, you're just chilling, listening to me. Tickles their fan. That's fun. Um, yeah, I just feel, I feel that I'm at the start of something. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm beginning this exponential growth in my life. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I thought 2024 is going to be the year where everything expands. Maybe I start actually making money at what I do. And so far, it's been terrific. Like, I've met with an old friend. Now he's connected me to a friend circle. I've got a girl who's interested in me. You know, tons of cool stuff. And yeah, I feel very happy. So I could go on about this forever. I'd like to journey in an unexpected direction, and your confidence enough to take the opportunity. Yeah, I wasn't always like that. Like my capacity for getting out there and getting out of my shell has been something I've had to steadily work on as time's gone by. But let's see. I tried to do this last time, and it didn't work that well. I was going to play one of my songs. I gotta get something sorted in the settings. I'm gonna go and grab myself some water. So. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh no. And there we are. That's a decent amount of the song. Not that I need. Oh. So, yeah, nice. So that's an old song. That is a song from 2000 and I believe 19 or 18. No, it was 2019, and I just kind of remastered it with BandLab, and sounds pretty good. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a few new people here. I'd like to say hi to Jesus and Pookie and PT's here. PT's a good friend. I'm hoping to help him make some awesome music and help him mix and master his stuff. He's from over on Pete's channel, Pete Johns. So you give him a nice warm welcome. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but cool guy. And then yeah. So that's my stuff. Let's see who else. No, just you guys. Okay, I thought you were gonna have a nap, Mr. DOA. I guess you're here, which is good. I like that. Um, can you play Brookhaven? Brookhaven. Okay, sure, I can do that. I think I still need a bit of water, so I will play Brookhaven. Now, to give you a backstory on this, I made this instrumental track, or not instrumental. It was an ambient track that I thought was really cool, but I thought it was going to be an intro for an album. Didn't know where to put it. Just a really interesting kind of flowing piece. And then I started making this album based on Silent Hill, the video game series. Well, it was mostly the movie. And I yeah, I decided to sandwich this creepy song with a more pleasant song, and it's cool because it goes from like a kind of almost happiness to a more of a disturbing sound. But I hope like you guys like it. So thank you, thank you, DOA. You're awesome. I wanted. Okay, so then I have to go through this rigmarole again. For 1 second. And there we go. There we have it. That was. I wish you just press a button and it would like swap over from playing mode to speaking mode. But I don't know. I don't think it's possible with any kind of form of technology, even in the future. So I might be wrong. So yeah, you're welcome, Smithy. I really like that. I really like that people have like a almost like an affinity for certain songs in my library because each one of those is obviously it's a different memory for me than it is for you. If I think at that time when I was making Fog World, it was just a pretty decent time, and I was really feeding off of a lot of energy from this inspiration I had. I made the this like almost a fake horror movie soundtrack with my beats, and then one of those songs I was like, no, I need to isolate that and make an entire album that sounds like that, and that's what I tried to do with Fog World. So, and then I got a review for it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the review, but probably not. But I got a ex-Billboard employee to review my Fog World album, and he had tons of awesome things. He had words that I had never heard of, and it's like hypnagogic or something like that. It's the time in between when you lay down and fall asleep. In between those, like a twilight of the mind or something. So he says that song almost lies in a different realm in that kind of state. I'm like, that's like better than something I could say about it, but it's so cool. So yeah. So yeah, still feeling pretty great. I'm wondering, like, what kind of music do people want to hear at a rave? My stuff is like kind of my stuff is kind of chill and kind of like just laid back. But how am I going to do that at a rave, right? I got to pick certain songs that evoke, I guess, some kind of energy or something like that. So, Blue, you said that's the time when electric noir seeps in my brain. Yeah, I definitely see that the delivery that I use for the electric noir comes across as kind of like a bedtime story. I mean, an adult bedtime story, but my favorite book was described as Alice in Wonderland, but for adults, and it's called Neverwhere. And hey, Camellia, nice to see you. And when I think about what I want to get across with my my stories, is like since there's a giant component of dreams in it that you will, and if you're following it, you'll find out eventually. That would be a perfect time to listen to it because it's like all self-referential. Like my music, all my stories, everything fits into a nice, neat package. So you'll find that some of my beats reference part from the stories, and my story references things from the beats, and it's interesting. I'm just building on little bit by bit, right? So, yeah. Well, it's good to have you here, Blue. It's awesome. I guess you're listening on headphones, or maybe not. I'm not sure. But hi, everyone in Blue's world. Oh, that sucks, Pookie. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't even. I'm on Wi-Fi, and it seems like it's doing pretty good on my end. I seriously think that when it's raining outside, that my connection just goes to crap. But it's just an observation I've made. Hypnagogic. It's a great word for Fog World. Yeah. And I always think, Mr. Smith. I always think about our collabs when I take your free drum beats and I put them to like music. I think they, especially there's a song off of Narcissistic Slavery, and it's called not We Are the Obsolete, but it's called, oh yeah, ah, Preposterous Hypothesis. Yeah, it's a bit of a tongue twister. But that song comes across as really cool. It's got almost like the same vibe as Fog World, which is interesting. We did, I think we've done like 4 songs, maybe 5 songs, which is pretty awesome. Without actually dedicating, I don't know if you were dedicating that one that I used for Rocket Booster or whatever, Rocket Jump. I don't know if that was for me, but it was like a 175 or 172 BPM beat, and it turned out really well. It was short but sweet. Now, you were saying something on your stream the other day, but that you were doing with the Methodron hamsters, and you were saying that certain BPMs are much easier. You can naturally follow the rhythm than, like, say 10 BPM up or something like that. I don't know. It was like something like 100 BPMs is good, and then 110 is a bit difficult, or then 120 or something like that. I think you were saying that, and I want to find out, because sometimes, like, I've been making a lot at 140/1 or 140/70, and if you ever get around to it, if you ever have time to just bang out another beat at like 70/140, it's like, that would be so cool, so cool. But I don't know if that's an easier BPM to work with. Anyways, it's up to you. It's up to you. But it's always fun using those drums. So, yeah, I'm getting to a place in my story where I'm kind of, it's hard. It's hard to I'm almost plowing through my electric noir too quickly, as getting to the place where it's like crescendoing, and I don't know how to pull it down from there or add something that's more of a threat or more of a conflict or something like that. So I might just do a restart, like episodes 1 through 4 is the first season. Then at 5 is going to be the finale, and then episodes 6 through 9 are going to be the second season, and then there's going to be a finale, episode 10, TEN, the Electric Noir, and that's going to be a book. So the first book is going to be 2 seasons, and it should work out pretty good. For those who haven't been able to check out the story, eventually I hope you will just check it out. Even if it's just quickly, briefly, I don't know. It's pretty cool stuff, and it's got a good vibe. I got a good feeling about it. You know, I got this other friend right now, like I'm working with, and he's got the kung fu story he's working on. That thing is crazy. That's like my story, but to the next level. So I went over there to his place, and we were working on writing. I was helping him come up with dialogue, which is something that he's not necessarily too strong on. And for him, action is strong. He's good at action. I not so much. So we have like things that we can help each other with, right? Which is great. So, yeah. Now, I was going to get to your comment, Mr. Smith. Some BPMs are natural, some are not. I still can't work out why that is. I know that guys that scratch on vinyl find 150s hard to work with. Now, I also think there's an overlap or correlation between rapping. So rapping and drumming. I think that there is a decent amount of overlap. I don't know whether it's to do with the breath cycle and just the general movement. I've done, like qigong, tai chi kind of stuff, and when you align your movement with your breath, it's like things become more natural. But that could be very, very on point about that. I'm happy today that Jared Bandit is a very happy bandit. That's good. Thank you, Live to Fly. And your name's David, right? I'm getting that right. I sorry if I forgot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go make myself some tea, but I will put on another song, and you guys have fun with that. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. I am back. So that's a fun song. Um, I also made that one a long time ago. That was in 2018, and I remember one of my friends saying, and this was like he was a big compliment at the time. That's not only a good song by you; it's just a good song in general. Which was like, because back then I didn't know much about music production or anything like that. So having someone say, "Oh no, that's just a good song," it's good. Uh, how much I've grown. So yeah, I feel rejuvenated by these last few weeks. How was everyone's Christmas holidays or holiday season? New Year's was is that kind of like a is that a time of stress? 'Cause I think it's time for stress for everyone. But how did y'all sort it out? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to share if you don't want. I have a big family. We get together, and it was just beautiful having everyone around. There's a bunch of people there, and set a great dinner and stuff like that. Nothing too fancy. Well, it's pretty fancy, but it's just great to see people. It's great to see people that I've known for a long time. So yeah. So your holidays were pretty low key, indie, which was nice. Yeah. Sometimes it's not about this big, huge celebration. It's just connecting with people that you care about, which I'm doing now, which I'm doing right now, is connecting with the people that I care about now. So, holiday season went quick. The only thing stressed for me is going back to work. All right. Nice. Well, yeah, I'm trying to get myself a decent job here soon. So that is I'm working on that, but also I've got the gig thing going for my music. Hopefully this summer I'll be doing festivals. So yeah, cross your fingers for me. I want this to work out really well. Blues were uneventful, sort of. Um, ah, I'm sorry to hear that, but you know, if we have, you know, I'm just glad we have a connection here that we can actually speak about, you know, uh, what's going on in our life and feel honest. If anything, a place, if I were to create a streaming environment that includes my chat, I want it to be a place of safety. I want it to be a place of security. Um, that you don't have to share anything you don't want to, but know that we will not judge and that we want to lift everyone up around us, right? I mean, I think that's my goals. So, yeah, I love my tea. By the way, anyone else out there tea drinkers, or are y'all coffee? I think there's I don't know why there's not more overlap in between tea and coffee drinkers because they're both really good. I think some people just think it's like some kind of a necessity or some kind of a thing that gets them out of bed every morning, like the tool, so to speak. I'm kind of I'm totally into the flavor of it. I think actually after this stream, I might indulge myself. I might buy a huge sack of organic green tea or something like that. Which as it's expensive, but less expensive when you realize that you can strain the tea like 3 times and still get a good brew out of it. So yeah, so you got coffee by the gallon. Is it good coffee? A decent coffee? Or just coffee? Either way, it works, right? And then you got coffee for me, and you got those Guatemalan beans, Mr. Smith. This is pretty cool. I actually bought I bought Brazilian coffee that had cardamom in it. That was interesting. I think it's supposed to even you out, give you less jitters or something. Um, Herbal stuff for you, Blue, and Yeah, there's amazing. You know what's a really good herbal tea is you get this stuff called lemon balm. That's BALM, not BOMB or whatever. And that stuff will reduce your stress monumentally. You drink it, and then you feel like you've been meditating or whatever for like a long period of time. Yeah, nothing bad about regular old coffee, right? It does its job. You know, it's good to be grateful for good to be grateful for anything. One thing I haven't tried because I guess it's not as popular here in Canada or wherever I am, but it's the Java beans rather than the Arabica beans. So we have a lot of Arabica beans, but the Java beans I haven't necessarily tried, and I want to. I really want to check it out because it must be different. You know, like I'd like to expand my palate, and uh, so I what do you think about this? What is your opinion on this? What do you think about even if you don't like it, even if it's not your vibe, you're not your kind of music, do you think it's good to listen to like a wide plethora of music just so that you can kind of have a palette, like have a distinguished palette of all different types of stuff? Like for me, I think that's the biggest thing. I think that you have to listen to everything, not because you're trying to pull something from everything that's positive, but maybe if you listen to something that you're not necessarily into, you can realize, or at least examine in it, what is it about it that I don't like? I don't usually say anything. I try not to say anything negative about any music unless, for my own reasons, it's like just a commercial kind of product. I mean, technically, it's all product, but it's churned out like I don't know, craft singles or like American cheese or something like that. Like it's just some kind of cheesecakey kind of thing. Then I have less respect, although sometimes that can even be done in a really good fashion. Um, so let's see. I'll catch up on comments. I listen to way more genres of music than I used to. Love getting to know incredible artists that I'd ignored before, which is cool, right? It's interesting. You hear them with fresh ears after you kind of lived a bit more, experienced different things, and view it through a different set of eyes, right? Um, Given that my initial inspiration as a child was wide-ranging music from the radio, a wide listening palette is essential to me for staying inspired. Now, for you, Mr. Smith, how does because percussion? I understand that percussion is a gigantic part of music all across the board. I am a fan of like Middle Eastern folk and kind of Eastern European and kind of like the gypsy kind of interesting percussion and kind of I don't know how to explain it, but have you ever thought about getting some interesting, weird other little bells and things that you to put on your drum kit, or is it for you just trying to stick with what you know? I don't know. I'm not a drummer, so I wouldn't know. But I listened to all kinds of stuff. When I was a punk, I only liked punk. That seemed pretty narrow. If we only listen to one view, we live in a box. Yeah. And sometimes, even though I'm talking a lot, like sometimes, like last night, I was with some really cool people I was hanging out with. I just basically remained quiet the whole time. I know, it's a surprise. I barely believe in myself, but um, I had a great time just soaking it all in. It's cool to be a fly. I'm not a fly on the wall, but like a flower on the wall, right? To kind of, but in a respectful way, not because you're too afraid and you're in your head like buzzing, but because you're trying to create a space for everyone else to be themselves. And then, yeah, then I drove home last night, had a great time at home, went kind of to bed late, but yeah, things are good. Ah. Very happy bandit. What are the characteristics of a very happy bandit? See me smiling. I'm not rushing through things. Uh, I'm able to, I don't know, articulate myself somewhat well. And obviously, I have good news. So, yeah, I get to finally see if people around my town like my stuff and if it's danceable. I don't know if 140 BPM is danceable, but it's been my dream for a long time. I don't know if you understand how I like. Okay, so on one side is me being very socially not anxious but reluctant to get out of the house and do things, and on the other side is this idea, this dream of me playing this huge set or whatever and having people just bounce into the music and they're clashing, but I think one's winning. I think I'm getting confident. So you've had a lot of percussion stuff. Very difficult to incorporate it into a drum kit, though. That percussion stuff needs much higher mic levels. Oh, gotcha. Oh, you know what's a really cool bit? I'm gonna do this right now. I can't believe I haven't done this in other streams, but I'm gonna give you bands that I love, and I will explain a bit about them, and then if you want, if they sound like your cup of tea, go for it, right? But these bands are some of the coolest people I've seen in a long time. There's a band you can listen to all these on your Spotify or YouTube or wherever you want to go. They're somewhat mainstream, right? So this one band, it's called the Budos Band. That's Budos Band. They play instrumental funk, and it's a really dirty, loosey goosey, like raw. Just it's so good. It hits so good, and if any of you like that kind of, it's almost like it reminds me of like chase music, like car chase music from the 70s or whatever, from the 60s, like Bullet or whatever, Steve McQueen. That is cool. So if you want inspiration for like any kind of funk, that's your thing. It's instrumental, no vocals, but it doesn't need to be. It just lives in its beautiful little world. So there's that. Uh, if you like rock and roll, if you like stoner metal and like stoner rock and like decent vocals, like if you're a fan of Tool for the Tool's vocals, there's a band called Witchcraft, and it's the album Legend. I don't know why. Some people say that the songs all the way through kind of sound similar, but to me that's a good thing because they all sound awesome. So if you're into rock and roll, check out Witchcraft. The album is called Legend, and that's an awesome one. Okay, so if you have any genres of music that you'd like my opinion on, what would be a good artist to check out, you can just shoot a genre out, shoot drum and bass or breakbeat or something like that. Um, I haven't listened to much Pussifer, I guess it's called, but I should actually do that. Let me know of an album that I should check out, and I will do so. So you're doing the Mercy Street track with Valerie. It was a great release from Drum Kit and a lovely way to play percussion things again. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could. Okay, so I really want to do a couple of interviews moving forward. One of them is with Jade, and I'm doing a stream hopefully tonight with DOA, Development of a Void. So if you go on his channel, you probably see that. We're going to talk about very important things on there regarding mental health and philosophy. Just kind of have a casual conversation. If you're up that late, feel free to join. Going back to the music. Um, so, oh, there's a song. Okay, there's a type of music called breaks. It's like ambient or atmospheric breaks, and I love listening to that stuff. There's a mix. It's like atmospheric breaks mix or something like that. It's a really amazing song on there. I don't know the actual name. One sec. I have it on one of my playlists, one of my public playlists, and I think it's Dimitri something. But it's one of the coolest songs for driving. It's called Dmitry Bessonov. That's Dmitry Bessonof, or sorry, Nov, and it's called New Morning Original Mix. Now, if you want something to just cruise to, like if you want something that's gonna keep you in good spirits in like I don't know, it's like a good. I was driving on the highway to the rain and had this song on there. Oh, I don't know why. What is like? Okay, so if I were to say to myself, the kind of vibe and atmosphere that makes me most inspired is waking up in the countryside by the ocean on a foggy morning, having no one around, and just going for a walk in the fog and having the big pine trees and cedar trees just like dripping with moisture and just, like a gray, like that kind of almost liminal atmosphere is something that I love. I cherish it because usually we forget about that, or people say the weather's terrible out there or whatever. I being having demand avoidance or defiance or whatever you want to call it. I've always said no, it's not. Rain isn't terrible. Snow isn't terrible. Although now that I'm driving, I kind of agree with them to some degree. But I like it when the weather is bad. What do you think? What's your general vibe? What would make a good morning waking up or a good evening? My friend Robbie, who passed away in 2019 after saving my life, literally doing CPR. He loved all that stuff. Christopher, everything Maynard James Keenan, you know, everything that he was also into Cell Dweller, which is a pretty good word if you like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like electronic rock. So I think it's about time that I play another song. Um, uh, yeah, I will think about what kind of vibe. Maybe I will play a song that is the vibe I'm talking about. The kind of you wake up, no one's around, isolated, and it's early in the morning, quiet, foggy, and there you are. So here, I'll just get that ready. There we go again. Here's my cat. You can finally see her now. Oh. So, for those who don't know, this is my cat, Petra. She's beautiful. Uh, so, that was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I think I listen to so much music from all different types of genres that I get lost in it sometimes. I almost think that like what was that synth line like? Does that sound more like Kraftwerk or and the bass line is that more blues or is that more jazz? I don't know. It's hard to really pinpoint. Which I think is a plus for me because it ends up making my stuff unique, but I don't know if people are ready for that, if they're into that kind of weirdness. But if they are, if people are into like your type of weird, that's like the coolest thing ever, right? If they get what you do, damn, you're onto something good. So, just gonna turn off my phone here. But yeah, so I just yeah I have a great appreciation for every single person here, and I'm glad that you just went. I think this is what I wanted to say. I was going to say, uh, these streams going forward, I didn't really know what I was going to stream about, but since I just like hanging out and talking with people, maybe playing some of my music sometimes. I mean, that might be good. Just engaging with people. Oh, thank you, Lady Campion. It's good to see you too. Uh, and yeah, if just hanging out and listening to music is your bag, then feel free to join me. I might do this more often. I was totally overthinking it before. Like I was overthinking what kinds of content I'm gonna have to do. Like I had to have some reason behind it. Had to have had to make it super, you know, out there and well put together. But this is good. This is good. I like this. I'm very happy with this. So um, yeah. Now I think yeah, my cat's just lying on my jean. You can't see it, but she's just like lying on there. Um, so are you in the position to be able to chat, Lady Campion, or are you just gonna say hi? Oh, okay. So I want to eventually work with almost basically anyone who wants to work with me in the community. So inevitably, just keep me in mind. Um, Eventually do something if you'd like. But there's yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah, Live to Fly. You said something earlier about you can't play any musical instrument very well, and I think what's funny about that. It's an interesting segue into the conversation about uniqueness because I think that if you are way too talented, way too good at playing an instrument, it you'd never develop your own sound. It'll always sound like a robot, right? You don't want to sound like a robot. So in essence, the things that your mess ups that no one else hears is like the reason why they come to you. It's the reason why they like your stuff is because of the things that you perceive it as a mistake or a misstep, but they perceive as like your personality, which is like and it's a good framework to kind of think about, right? So yeah, I'm gonna put on another song. The lights just went on outside. It's getting dark here, and y'all, if all right, I will see you in a second. All right. So that's there's a best place to listen to music. I don't know. I think a music that speaks to you. Like I think that my long term goal as a musician, as a producer, composer, is to create a almost like a it would be kind of like a cafe, but the main point wouldn't be the coffee or tea that you'd be drinking. It would be like if I set up a nice, quiet, uh, well designed room that had the best audio equipment you could ever possibly imagine, and then places to sit and everything. I think it'd be cool. It would be like a lounge. It would be like a place where people would come. You could kind of request if they could play your music on the speakers, and you'd be able to listen to it at a decent volume on very good equipment, so that people would be able to see the true glory of your music and the mix and everything. I think that'd be great. That is true, Smith. The car at night is always the best place to listen to music. For me, driving somewhere on country roads, nobody around me. Yeah, it's almost like I don't know. It's like playing a video game and meditating at the same time. Only I don't know. There's something about it. I love it too. It's a great thing. I think it's equal. If I were to have my music lounge someday, the driving is like on the same level. Although I just need a bass speaker for it. But yeah, so if you like the music, if you like hanging out with me so far, you know the spiel. You can subscribe if you like, or you can press the like button, or any of those buttons down there. Notification if you want it. If you want your phone dinging all the time, because I do release a lot, so it's up to you. But yeah, feel free to do that if you'd like. Um, I think naturally I do kind of gravitate towards driving music and stuff like that. I was putting on a playlist. I have a playlist called Midnight Drives. I think it's called Midnight Drive or something like that. And it's one of my videos on my channel. And if you'd like to check it out, it'd be cool. But it's another good one to just put on in the background if you got that plugged into your car stereo, and then just drive and meditate. Yeah. So, um, yeah, where to take it from here? I I think it'd be nice to do a stream where perhaps I hang out for the first bit, and then I have something afterwards, like a theme or something, and you're anticipating. Maybe people who want to stick around can watch me make a beat or something like that on FL Studio or whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to figure this out because obviously I'm going to continue being here on YouTube with all you fine people. So how do I add to that? I see everyone starting a stream. Everyone's putting in and participating, and I can't say that what am I trying to say? I can't encourage that enough. Um, so whenever I inevitably get myself together and get this stuff on the road, then I will have. I think it'd be so cool to have like a show like What the Flock, where you have a bunch of people, they're all having a good time chatting, and I can just kind of respond to stuff in the chat and just chill, you know. So, oh, that's a good playlist too. Thanks for sharing, Smith. Um, Nick's driving beat. That's one of my friends. I made him a playlist because he really liked my music. So, yeah. Although, I think I actually am getting a bit fatigued by streaming and stuff. So, I'll be on here maybe a couple more minutes, but then I'm going to go off and do something else. I love all of you. You're wonderful people. Try to keep positive and lean more towards empathy, all that stuff. But it was great having you. For everyone who showed up, you're awesome. And also, people who will watch inevitably in the replay, if you really want to check out my story, The Electric Noir, it's kind of a thing. It'll wind you down. You had a stressful day. You just want to have something to relax in the evening. Play it on your Bluetooth speaker. Play it on your headphones. And it's wonderful. I've got the whole playlist on my main page. So if you click on my account, then I've got that there. Smithy, if you wouldn't mind sharing the link actually for the Electric Noir playlist, that would be great. It's the first thing on my page, so it's easy to find. But other than that, everyone have a wonderful night. I will talk to you later. I'll just wait for. I don't know. It's okay if you can't put the. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Stay frosty. That's my new catchphrase. Well, it's not my new catchphrase. It's my old catchphrase, but I'm gonna be saying it a lot. Stay frosty. Get that on a T-shirt or a mug. Cheers.